attention, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run.
In a world filled with first-person shooters, we're either invading Nazi Germany in World War II, or invading a country that's definitely not Afghanistan. Honest, it is quite nice to have somebody invade us for once. Even though I'm English and a game about being invaded by the French would be rather amusing. Anyhow. Set in the dystopian future of 2027, where America's been overrun with swarms of White Castles and Hooters restaurants, also Koreans, Homefront sees you in the red, white and blue Levi's of Robert Jacobs, a pilot living under the oppression of a unified Korea that has taken over the US. For some obscure reason, the world has forgotten how to train people to pilot flying vehicles, and so Jacobs' magical talent is highly sought after by both the Koreans and the American resistance. So during his bus ride for a mandatory job interview with the Koreans, you're rescued by the Alliance, even though their definition of a rescue is ramming the bus you're on with a truck that miraculously kills everyone except you. The American resistance need Jacobs to use his flight skills to protect a caravan of hijacked gas trucks, even though in the very next scene they're surrounded by pilots anyway, and is then asked to become a gunner for them instead. Okay. But the single-player game itself will see you following your rescuees, and that's also 90% of the single player's objectives, who consist of the Tourette's-suffering Connor, whose entire script seems to be made up solely of the word motherfucker, and token fat material Rihanna, in areas from wasted suburbias, hillbilly shanty towns, to a rather spiffing battle around San Francisco. This is all broken up with intermitting scenes of the developers running it down your throat what evil Nazi-like bastards the Koreans are, with scenes of them shooting parents in front of their kids and digging mass graves. Then again, I guess you have to use Koreans invading America, as they're pretty much the only villains America has left to tick on the originality box. There's already a perfectly good game of Russians invading America, and a hilariously bad one of Nazis invading it. And the Taliban and China are off limits right now, so we don't want the tabloids getting pissy with the gaming industry again, do we? Although the game is unsatisfyingly short, 5 hours if you're a pussy who plays games on normal, 6, possibly 7 if you stick it on hard, you'll certainly have fun playing it. The set pieces are fun, the weapons have a nice satisfying feel to them, and you'll give us some great toys to play with along the way, including a remote controlled tank where firing rockets into multiple enemies and seeing them go flying never gets old. Unfortunately, you'll be doing all the hard work on your own, as although your AI teammates seem to possess the superhuman-like abilities of invincibility towards tanks, grenades and bullets, their guns inflict as much damage to the Koreans as flicking dried up bogies at them. And that's when they're not contracted their crippling disease known as stupid, and would rather shoot at poltergeists than nothing. So that probably explains how Korea managed to take over the States so easily then. Also, Rihanna doesn't seem to like me very much, as when she's not covering behind a wall from the oncoming attack of another wall, she wedges me in doorways and I have to kill myself with a grenade to move on. But aside from achievement whores, or trophy whores if they actually exist, who cares about single player? We all buy games to hurl homophobic abuse at people we've never met in this day and age. Luckily, this is where Homefront gleams. I'm referring to the multiplayer aspect, not the homophobic abuse throwing thing. Although it seems to be torn between whether it wants to rip off Call of Duty or Battlefield Bad Company the most, what it gives you is extremely enjoyable. Battling it out in 32-player matches, you do feel part of a massive war, working as part of the team in either a vanilla team deathmatch or the rather entertaining ground control, where you'll need to capture and defend territories, so you won't be feeling so lonely online. Mix this in with a rather Call of Duty inspired class upgrade system, where the more you rank up, the more fun toys you'll get to play with. These can be bought in-game using a battle point system, which you earn from killing enemies, hunting wanted bounties, which are enemies with kill streaks, and helping your team in general, allowing you access to buy better weapons, flak jackets and remote control killbots and helicopters, even vehicles to spawn in. There's also a nice rock paper scissors thing going on, where in the initial beginning ranks, snipers were a major headache for me, mainly because they insisted on placing their bullets into my skull. They soon became easy prey when I had access to the spotter drone though, a tiny remote-controlled helicopter which spotted them out for my teammates, which made them stick out like sore thumbs and then let me share the kill points. So I'd go as far as to say this is the first multi-console game to get that mass war online mode correct. You know, that mode those snobby PC fanboys have been enjoying since Battlefield 2. In summary, Homefront is a Dick Dastardly of first-person shooters. It does all it can to come out on top, copying the best parts of its rivals, but just misses a finishing line of being an all-time classic by just a few inches with an ironic crash. Then an asthmatic laugh from Muttley at the end. You will enjoy it, multiplayer's a hoot, and there's nothing here that can't be fixed with the inevitable sequel. But maybe have Belgians invade next time. I like Korea, they make decent televisions. Plus nobody likes Belgium anyway.